I got these gloves about a year ago, and today I'm finally going to give you my review of them as winter gloves, and we're going to see whether or not they're waterproof. Stick around. What's up? Jim here. Welcome back to J Street Moto. Welcome to the channel if it's your first time. About a year ago, I'd been seeing ads from Grip on all my social media accounts, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of them. Kept flashing these ads up for waterproof winter riding gloves. And I decided, what the hell, I'd drop a few bucks and buy them. And I don't remember exactly how much it was. I think it was between 40 and 60 bucks. And I did a video on the channel, the unboxing of these gloves and my initial impressions. And the ones that I got, just to be specific, are the, I'm probably gonna say this name wrong, Suomi, I'll put it up here, is the manufacturer. And these are the IMPZ gloves. They're actually pretty cool. And I'll get some B-roll footage of them, you know, that I can throw in here while I'm talking. I'm gonna cover some of the stuff that I like about the gloves, and then we're gonna test them because I have not yet ridden with them in really heavy rain. So I haven't been able to tell whether they're actually waterproof or not. What I can say is, over the past couple of weeks here in the Charlotte area, the bottom has really dropped out on the temperature. This morning, for instance, it was 22 degrees. And I have taken the bike out 22, 26, around that range for, you know, hour and a half, 2 hours with these gloves on. From a temperature perspective, these gloves do a phenomenal job keeping your hands warm. They are true to size, I will say that. I ordered the extra large based on how I measured my hand, and they fit just fine. I do like how thin they are. They are not as bulky as my former winter gloves were. And I do like the fact that they've got some reflective material on them. They do keep my hands warm. And I've been wearing them. Normally, I would have my winter gloves on with a freeze out liner underneath them in order to be able to stay on the bike and ride without my hand going numb for an hour and a half at 26, 27 degrees. With these, I don't need the liner. Honestly, I'm good. When I stopped at an hour and a half, it was because I had to. I was where I was supposed to be. I could have easily gone further. I'm talking like 2.5 hours with these gloves, and my hands would have not gotten numb. So they're extremely warm for how thin they are. The one thing I will say about them that I don't like, it's probably the only thing I've found so far about the glove that I don't like. It is a gauntlet glove. And gauntlet gloves, in all honesty, should be able to go over or cover the sleeve of your jacket. That way it kind of prevents some wind from going up in your coat. What I found is I can sort of get these over the sleeve, but they're extremely tight. They don't fit over the sleeve that well. So that's the one thing that I would kind of gig them on. I think they could fix it by simply putting like a zipper right here so that you can open this mouth up, put it over the sleeve, and then zip it shut. I think that would fix it, but trying to stretch it over the sleeve does not work. And so what I've been doing when I ride with them is I've been putting them on and putting my jacket over top of it and zipping the jacket shut. So I've been wearing them like that instead of wearing them like a true gauntlet glove would be worn. If you disagree with that and you think gauntlet gloves should go underneath your jacket, then, you know, drop it in the comment. I'd be happy to hear your opinion. They're really cool gloves. I like them. The one thing that is awesome about them is I tend to carry pretty much all my gloves with me when I go ride. And the reason for that is I might leave in the morning and it's 20-some degrees. I get a couple hours into the day and now it's 50. Go another couple hours into the day and it's in the 70s. I bring lighter weight gloves and I bring heavier weight gloves. What I like about these is they do have, I'll call it an idiot string. They've got a way for you to connect them together. So when you take them off, you can connect them, toss them in your saddlebag, and you know you're not gonna find one and have to dig all the way to the bottom to find the other. That's a convenient aspect of them. So the only thing I really haven't tested on these gloves is their ability to be waterproof, or I haven't tested the validity of the claim of the manufacturer that they are waterproof. I'm an old Navy guy. I was on a submarine for a few years, so when someone says something's waterproof, it means something different to me than it might mean to most people. In my opinion, if this is waterproof, I ought to be able to put it on, shove my hand in a bucket of water, leave it in there for a couple of hours, pull it out, and there be no water that has penetrated this glove. and got into my skin. I don't know that I'm gonna do that for this video, but I did need a way to show you guys, did it keep my hand dry? So I think what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna take a paper towel and I'm gonna put it around my fingers and then put my fingers in the glove. And then I'm going to do what I need to do to get the glove, you know, saturated to my satisfaction to be able to say, okay, that's about as wet as it's ever gonna get. And then pull out the paper towel and see whether the paper towel's wet or not. Because then you'll be able to see, were these really waterproof? Now the reason I'm going around the fingers is simple. If you look at this glove, the place where there are the most seams, and that's gonna be the point of weakness for anything that's waterproof. The place that there are the most seams are right on the end of the fingertips, if you can see it, and running down the fingers. So you've got a seam here, you've got a seam here, you've got a seam on the bottom on each side of the finger, and then they all come together here with one seam, and they do that on all of the fingers, including the thumb. The rest of the glove just kind of has a long seam that goes down each side. So the place that water's gonna get in is right here. And if you think about it, when you're riding in rain, my hand's like this. So these are the things, my fingers are the things that are gonna get the wettest. They're gonna be getting most of the water doused on them. So if they say they're waterproof, they ought to be able to handle these getting extremely wet and this staying dry. I'll be right back. Welcome back. I told you guys I was gonna figure out a way to test whether or not these things are truly waterproof. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cover a couple of my fingers, cover all of them. I'm gonna put them in one glove, and then I'm going to douse it in water. Hope y'all appreciate what I'm doing here. What I'm doing is I'm taking my finger and I'm shoving it down into the appropriate hole to make it kind of sit in the hole before I put the glove on. It's the only way I can think of to do it. They're all in there, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the glove on. All right, so there is a paper towel in the tips of each of these fingers. Well, from here, these three. And it covers to about right there. So we're gonna see just how waterproof these bad boys are. And I'm gonna go ahead and start filling the sink up. I apologize for the water noise right now. Oh, I could do this, right? Which would simulate rain. Now, I will say this, I'm running it on cold water and I can feel it. You can feel the glove itself getting cold, like it would when it's outside, when you're riding in it. You're gonna feel some coolness. I'm also moving my fingers back and forth, which is what I'd be doing while I'm riding, just in case they're waterproof unless you're moving them. So I can feel them getting cold, but I don't feel the paper towels getting wet. I don't know how long I'm gonna run this. I'm certainly not gonna show it the whole time I'm running it. I will tell y'all how long I kept them running underwater, and then we'll submerge it into the sink. I've got it submerged right now. I've had the glove underwater under running water and/or submerged in water for about 15 minutes. I really don't think I need to leave it in there any longer. So now is the time to see whether or not we got any water on the paper towels. You can see the glove is wet. It's even like wringing stuff out of it when I squeeze my hand. I'm wringing water out of it. I swear to you, I do not think any water made it into the glove. I'm gonna try and get the paper towels to come out at the same time that I pull out my hands. There we go. Here are the paper towels. There is no indication of any water on any of the paper towels. Just to show you, it would look like that if it had water on it, and it does not look that way. It's still bone dry. See, that's wet, that's dry. These all came out of the glove and they are completely dry. I'm wringing water out of the glove, guys. I'm wringing water out of the glove, and it is still, I'm betting it's still dry on the inside. I'm gonna dry my hand off before I shove it back in. Because sometimes you stop when it's raining and you get back on. The glove is Still dry on the inside, even though I was wringing it out on the outside. I would say these gloves are waterproof. I can't think of a better test than that. If you can, drop it down in the comments and I'll rerun this test and do a video for you. So yeah, guys, that's it. You just saw I tested one of the gloves to see if it was truly waterproof. And as far as I'm concerned, they can make the claim. I can tell you right now, this glove is still holding water relative to this one. I could weigh them for you, but I'm guessing it weighs about 20% more than this one does. No water is on the inside of the glove. In fact, the glove is still warm on the inside, which is insane to me. I was able to wring water out of the outer shell, and that action did not get water to go into the glove either. Be interesting to see how long it takes it to dry out on the outside. I'm pretty pleased with these gloves. I can say these gloves keep my hands warm down to 20 degrees at 80 miles an hour for about an hour and a half. I don't know how much of a better recommendation or example I can give. I can also tell you firsthand, these gloves, I would consider them waterproof. You saw it in the video. I submerged them in water. I ran water over them. I certainly exposed them to as much water as they're gonna get exposed to when you're riding in rain, and nothing came into the glove. These are the Suomi, and I don't know if I'm saying it right or not. They're the Suomi IMPZs. I got them from an Instagram link. I do not have the link to drop in the description. If you happen to see Thermo-Grip advertising waterproof winter gloves on your social media feed, it's most likely these guys, and you've seen what they're capable of doing. It is winter. It's full on winter here. I'm still riding. I hope you live in an area where you get to ride. If your bike's put up for the winter, keep coming back and watching content, because I'm gonna make content all winter long. There's gonna be some cool stuff coming up on the channel here pretty soon. Check on your friends. Really, this is a time of year that can be hard on some people, so make sure you're checking in on your buddies and finding out just how they're doing. I hope you get out and ride. If you don't, I hope you enjoy spending time in the garage with your motorcycle, working on it hopefully, and getting it ready for the next riding season if you live in a place where you really can't ride year round. Thanks for watching. Do me a favor, like, subscribe, click notification bell, share it with your friends. All that stuff is absolutely free to you, and it does help the channel. Always ride safe.
Yeah, ready? 1, 2, 3, shoot. Ah. Asshole.
Really? Peace out, bitches!